Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to learn about epidemics. So, before we start today's topic, let's have a look on the topics that we have discussed in the last class. So, in the last class, we discussed about preventive measures of diseases that spread and also diseases that do not spread. So, just recall few of the key points on these topics. So, prevention of airborne diseases. So we have to use handkerchief while sneezing or coughing. So this is one of the preventive measures which is very well known nowadays. So we should use handkerchief while sneezing and coughing. Then we should always wear a mask in crowded places. Then do not spit here and there. Keep the doors and windows of the house open during mornings and evening. This allows sunlight to come into the house. So sunlight also kills many of the disease causing germs. Therefore we should try to get the sunlight as much as possible during the morning time. Then of course vaccinations are quite effective and they can protect us from many airborne diseases such as tuberculosis and measles. Then how to prevent diseases that spread through touch. So we should always wash our hands with soap and water before and after eating. Then time to time we should wash our hands and legs with soap and water after using the toilet. So this will also help us to prevent diseases that spread by touch. Now let us discuss about the preventive measures of diseases that may transmit through water. So we should avoid using cold water and also we should avoid using ice cream from the streets because most often they are contaminated and contaminated water can easily transmit disease. So we should avoid using that. Then we must drink clean water or preferably boiling water which has been boiled for around 15 to 20 minutes. So this boiling water kills most of the germs and makes it safe for drinking. Therefore we should preferably drink boiled water. So we may also use water purifiers for purifying water. Then apart from this we can do vaccination to prevent diseases such as polio, typhoid and hepatitis. So vaccines are available and children are given vaccination during a early age itself. So vaccination is very much important. Then certain diseases like prevention of diseases that spread through insects. Now this part we are going to discuss at the end once again. So let us skip this because during rainy season these are most predominantly found. So we'll discuss about malaria and all towards the end. So let's skip for now. Then let us come to today's topic. So today we are going to discuss about epidemics. Now what is an epidemic? Now epidemic is a widespread of a disease in a particular region. So when people living in a particular area or particular region they are they suffer from a particular type of disease and this disease keeps on spreading within that area, then we call this type of disease as epidemics. And now when we talk about COVID-19, it is a pandemic. So there is a slight difference between epidemics and pandemics. Epidemics is restricted to a particular region or even we can say a country, but when we talk about pandemic it may be beyond the boundaries of a country, so it may spread globally. So when the disease occurs globally like COVID-19, we call it as pandemic because it is not restricted to a particular region or a particular country only. So far we have discussed the diseases that affect people at a time. So sometimes some diseases affect a lot of people at same time and they spread very quickly. So this very quickly and they are difficult to control. So these diseases cause a great loss to human life. Such diseases are called epidemics. Now few examples of epidemics we can discuss here. Examples of certain epidemics are smallpox, plague, yellow fever, malaria also we can call it an epidemic. Then SARS. Now SARS is actually a pandemic. So this is actually severe acute respiratory syndrome. So this is a severe acute respiratory syndrome. So this is just like COVID-19. Actually SARS is also caused by coronavirus, and COVID-19 is also caused by coronavirus. Now this coronavirus has some new modifications, and therefore it is called novel coronavirus or new coronavirus, which is little bit different from the coronavirus which caused SARS. Then Ebola is also a well-known epidemic that mostly affected the people of Africa. Then also we heard about Zika virus, and there are certain other epidemics which keeps on coming from time to time. So this is about epidemic. And now, as I said, I will discuss about malaria and its symptoms and also its preventive measures. So now let us move to this part. So what is malaria? Malaria is a disease caused by parasite. So which is the causing agent here? Here the causing agent is a parasite. So the parasite is transmitted to humans through bites of infected mosquitoes. So basically this disease is transmitted by mosquitoes. So therefore we should avoid mosquito bites. So people who have malaria usually feel very sick with high fever and shaking chills. So every year approximately 210 million people are infected with malaria, and about 440,000 people die from this disease. So approximately 210 million people are infected, and about 440,000 people die from this disease. So most of the people who die from the disease are young children in Africa. So mostly the young children of Africa are affected from malaria. Then how can we know that a person has suffered from malaria? So for that, some common symptoms found are symptoms like fever. We have already discussed high fever, then chills, headache, nausea and vomiting, muscle pain and fatigue. So other than that, there are few more symptoms or signs like sweating, chest or abdominal pain, and cough. So these are some common symptoms that may be observed in a patient. And then there are other diagnosis tests also to confirm the causing agent of malaria. So these are some of the symptoms. Now let's see how we can prevent this disease. So prevention. So if you live in or are traveling to an area where malaria is common, take steps to avoid mosquito bites. So where the malaria disease is quite predominantly observed in a particular area, so if you visit that area, we should take some preventive measures. We should always try to avoid mosquito bites, because mosquitoes are most active between dusk and dawn. So during the evening time they are very much active, and also early morning. So these two times we should be very careful to avoid mosquito bites. So to protect ourselves from mosquito bites, we should always cover our skin, wear pants and long sleeved shirts. We should apply mosquito repellent to skin and also our clothes. Sprays containing DEET can be used on skin, and sprays containing permethrin are safe to apply to clothes. So these are some chemicals. Like permethrin is a chemical which can repel mosquitoes. They do not allow mosquitoes to come near. So this can be applied to the clothes. Then also while sleeping we should use nets. So nets can also prevent us. It is a most common way of preventing ourselves while sleeping. So we should always try to use nets, but sometimes we don't like it because maybe we don't get the air coming from the fan properly, so we prefer not to use. But actually we should use nets while sleeping. This will prevent the mosquito bites. So these are some of the preventive measures which we can take to avoid mosquito bites. So this is all about today's topic, and with this we have actually finished the chapter. So in the next class I will be sharing the PDF of the workbook, actually the answers of the workbook in the form of PDF. So please write it down and please start revising your chapters for PT1. Since we had to cover 4 chapters and we had very less time to revise, so you can start the revision yourself, and tomorrow I will be giving the question answers. So that's all for today's class, my dear students. Thank you.